This is a very simple effect that you can use just to add a posterize filter to your project. So it's a simple PIXLR X tutorial. When you're in PIXLR X, I would like for you to use one of your own photos if possible. And the posterize is a filter. So I want you to click on filter. And the first thing I want you to do is to apply the posterize effect. So what it's going to do is take your photo and just kind of turn it into a posterized effect. So if you kind of play around with the tools, you will see that sliding the slider back and forth is going to give you different effects. So you're going to need to start there and decide which direction you want to go. How abstract do you want to be? After you've picked your levels on Posterize, I want you to play with the rest of the details. So go ahead and play around with Sharpen. The best way for you to do this tutorial is just to play around. Move the levels back and forth. Clarity, how clear or sharp your focus is. Smooth. Okay, blur, be careful because if you get too crazy, it's just going to be completely blurred photo. Grain, same thing. If you get too crazy, your image might be a little too grainy. Okay, your vignette is going to be if you've got like light edges or dark edges. I don't think I want a vignette for this one. Can play around with fringe. Fringe is actually really fun. It's almost like that glitch effect, pulling out those cyans, magentas, and yellows. So just kind of play around with that one a bit. I kind of like a little bit of that blue peeking out. Dehaze, play around with that one as well. Bloom, so the more you move that slider back and forth, you can kind of determine your effect. I would be careful with pixelate because pixelate is going to really kind of give you that pixeled or glitched effect. A little bit might be fun, but just don't go too crazy. You might lose your image. And then mosaic, same thing. It kind of pixelates and breaks it down into tiny little chunks of color. So sometimes, you know, these filters take away from your photo, but sometimes it's fun to play around with them, especially with maybe light painting. It's fun to add these effects too. When you're done, don't forget to save it. I would rename it something along the lines of Posterize, just so you can have that copy to turn in.